Success is not about dramatic, life-altering events. It's not about one lucky break, one big decision, or one major change. No, success is built on the back of small, seemingly insignificant disciplines practiced every single day. It's the small things that, when done consistently, lead to extraordinary results over time. The problem? Most people don't recognize the power of these small daily habits. They look at them and think, what's the big deal? Missing one day won't hurt. And they're right. Missing one day won't hurt. But missing one day leads to missing another, and before they know it, they've slipped into bad habits that slowly erode their potential. But here's the truth. Just as failure is built one small bad habit at a time, success is built one small good habit at a time. The challenge is that success doesn't show up instantly. You don't see the results today, tomorrow, or even next week, and that's why so many people quit. They don't realize that small disciplines, compounded over time, create massive transformation. One, the compound effect of small disciplines. Think of a glass of water. If you place it in a freezer, it won't turn into ice instantly. It takes time. Slowly, degree by degree, the temperature drops. At first, the water looks the same, but eventually, at exactly 32 DEGF, 0 DGC, everything changes. This is how daily disciplines work. At first, it seems like nothing is happening. You go to the gym for a week, no visible change. You read 10 pages of a book every day for a month, your life still looks the same. You wake up early, plan your day, and work hard, yet no immediate breakthrough. But over time, just like the water in the freezer, things start shifting. You start to see results. The body gets stronger, the mind gets sharper. The work starts paying off. The problem is, most people quit before they reach that freezing point. And this applies to everything: health, wealth, relationships, skills. Read 10 pages of a good book every day. In a year, you've read 3,650 pages. That's 20 books. Do that for 5 years and you've read nearly 100 books. Your mind expands. Your thinking evolves. Your knowledge compounds. Save a little money every day, even if it's just $5 a day. Over time, it grows. And when you invest it wisely, that small amount compounds into something significant. Exercise for 30 minutes every day. At first, it feels like nothing is happening, but after a few months, your body transforms. You feel stronger, healthier, and more energetic. The secret to success is in the compounding effect of small disciplines practiced consistently. 2, the danger of neglecting small disciplines. Now, let's flip this. Just as small good habits create success, small bad habits create failure. And here's the scary part. Failure works the same way as success. Let's go back to that water analogy. Just as it doesn't freeze instantly, it doesn't evaporate instantly either. But if you turn up the heat, degree by degree, eventually the water disappears. That's what happens when you neglect small disciplines. It doesn't seem like a big deal at first. You skip one workout, you eat junk food just this once, you procrastinate on that task, you spend a little extra money you shouldn't have. No big deal, right? But then you do it again and again. And just like success, failure compounds. But instead of moving forward, you start slipping backward. Skip the gym today? No problem. But skip it for a week, and your energy drops. A month, and your body weakens. A year, and your health declines. Eat unhealthy today? It won't kill you, but make it a habit, and over time, you start feeling sluggish, gaining weight, and losing energy. Waste an hour of productivity today? No big deal, but repeat that habit, and soon you're years behind where you could have been. Failure is subtle. It sneaks up on you, just like success. One missed discipline won't ruin you, but the habit of missing disciplines will. 3, the difference between successful and unsuccessful. The difference between successful and unsuccessful people isn't talent. It's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's the simple ability to practice small disciplines every day, even when they don't feel like it. Think about the most successful people in any field. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, leaders. What do they all have in common? Discipline. They do the small things every day, even when they don't see immediate results. A world-class musician doesn't practice only when they feel inspired. They practice every single day, refining their skill. A top athlete doesn't train only when they feel motivated. They show up and put in the work no matter how they feel. A successful entrepreneur doesn't build their business only when it's easy. They keep going even through challenges. On the other hand, unsuccessful people do the opposite. They wait for motivation. They wait for the right time. They wait until they feel like it. And because of that, they stay stuck. Discipline is doing what you need to do, whether you feel like it or not. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. 4, how to build small daily disciplines. So, how do you make this work in your life? How do you build small daily disciplines that lead to success? Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself. Pick one small habit and commit to it. Just one. Maybe it's reading 5 pages a day. Maybe it's drinking more water. Maybe it's doing 10 push-ups. Keep it simple. Be consistent. Success is built on consistency. A little progress every day is better than a lot of progress once in a while. Track your progress. Write it down. Keep a journal. Mark an X on a calendar every day you complete your habit. When you see your streak growing, you'll stay motivated. Eliminate excuses. The mind will always find a reason to skip. I'm too tired. I'm too busy. Ignore the excuses and do it anyway. Celebrate small wins. Every time you stick to a discipline, recognize it. Acknowledge your effort. This reinforces the habit. Small disciplines practiced daily lead to massive success over time, but only if you stick with them. Your life today is a direct reflection of the philosophy you have carried with you over the years. The way you think, the beliefs you hold, and the perspectives you embrace determine every decision you make, every action you take, and ultimately, the results you get. Most people don't realize that their philosophy is shaping their future every single day. They think success is about luck, opportunity, or circumstances, but in reality, it starts in the mind. The way you see the world, your philosophy, dictates how you respond to challenges, how you approach opportunities, and how you handle setbacks. The truth is, 2 people can face the exact same situation, but experience completely different outcomes. One thrives while the other struggles. One sees possibilities while the other sees problems. One grows while the other stays stuck. The difference? Philosophy. If you want to change your life, you must first change the way you think, because your mind is the starting point for everything that follows. 1, your beliefs determine your actions. Every decision you make is based on what you believe. Whether you realize it or not, your daily choices are guided by an internal script, a philosophy that tells you what's possible, what's worth pursuing, and what's beyond your reach. Take 2 people, for example. One believes that hard work leads to success. The other believes that success is only for the lucky. Now, how do these 2 people behave? The first person works hard, stays persistent, and takes responsibility for their results. They keep learning, improving, and finding ways to grow. The second person doesn't try as hard because they believe effort doesn't matter. They give up easily, blame external factors, and wait for something to change on its own. Same world, same opportunities, different results, because of different philosophies. And it's not just about work. Your philosophy affects everything. Health. If you believe taking care of your body is essential, you exercise and eat well. If you believe it doesn't matter, you neglect your health. Finances. If you believe in financial discipline, you save and invest wisely. If you believe money is meant to be spent as soon as you get it, you remain broke. Relationships. If you believe relationships require effort and understanding, you nurture them. If you believe relationships should just work without effort, they fall apart. Whatever you believe, you act on, and whatever you act on, you experience. This is why changing your philosophy is the first step to changing your life. 2, the wrong philosophy will keep you stuck. Many people struggle in life not because they aren't capable, but because they are operating with the wrong philosophy. They carry beliefs that hold them back, limit their potential, and keep them stuck in the same cycles year after year. What are some of these limiting philosophies? I'm just not lucky. This mindset keeps people from taking responsibility. They sit back and wait for things to change instead of making changes themselves. I'll start tomorrow. Procrastination is a symptom of a weak philosophy. A person who believes in action starts today. A person who makes excuses waits for a better time that never comes. I don't have time. The truth is, everyone has the same 24 hours. The difference is in priorities. Someone with the right philosophy finds time for what matters. It's too late for me. This belief keeps people from even trying. Whether it's starting a business, learning a skill, or improving health, they assume they've missed their chance. But the right philosophy says it's never too late to start. The wrong philosophy leads to the wrong habits, and the wrong habits lead to the wrong results. The only way to break the cycle is to challenge your beliefs and upgrade your philosophy. 3, the power of a growth-oriented philosophy. The most successful people in the world aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are simply the ones who operate with a growth-oriented philosophy. A growth-oriented philosophy says, I am responsible for my life. Instead of blaming circumstances, successful people take full ownership of their actions and results. I can improve through effort. Instead of believing talent is fixed, they believe skills can be developed through learning and practice. Failure is a lesson, not the end. Instead of seeing failure as a reason to quit, they see it as feedback to improve. Success is a daily process. Instead of expecting overnight results, they embrace the idea of small, consistent progress over time. This kind of philosophy leads to completely different actions. When you believe you can grow, you take risks. You put in the work, you stay persistent, and over time, this approach transforms your life. 4, how to change your philosophy. If your philosophy is shaping your future, then the most important question is, how do you change it? Expose yourself to better ideas. Your beliefs are often shaped by what you hear, read, and consume. If you constantly listen to negative people, watch pessimistic news, or surround yourself with doubters, your philosophy will reflect that negativity. On the other hand, if you read books on success, listen to people who inspire you, and fill your mind with positive, empowering ideas, your philosophy starts to shift. Challenge your limiting beliefs. Every time you catch yourself saying, I can't, or it's not possible for me, stop and question it. Ask, is this really true? Often, you'll find that it's just an assumption, not a fact. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Instead of saying, I'm not good at this, say, I'm learning to get better. Instead of saying, it's too late, say, now is the best time to start. Surround yourself with the right people. The people around you influence your philosophy more than you realize. If you spend time with those who complain, make excuses, and avoid growth, you'll adopt the same mindset. But if you surround yourself with those who strive for success, challenge themselves, and focus on solutions, their philosophy will rub off on you. Take small actions that reinforce a new philosophy. Philosophy isn't just about what you think, it's about what you do. If you want to believe in discipline, start practicing it. If you want to believe in persistence, keep going, even when it's tough. Action strengthens belief. Every time you take a step in the right direction, your philosophy shifts a little more. And over time, those shifts become permanent. Success in any area of life follows a simple but powerful cycle. Learn, apply, reflect. This is the process that separates those who grow and improve from those who remain stagnant. Many people assume that learning alone is enough. They believe that reading books, attending seminars, or watching motivational videos will change their lives. But knowledge without action is useless. Others focus on taking action but fail to reflect on their progress. They work hard but never improve because they don't analyze what's working and what's not. The key to continuous progress is combining all three steps: learning new ideas, applying them in real life, and then reflecting on the results. 1. Learn, the foundation of growth. Everything starts with learning. If you don't learn, you don't grow. If you don't grow, you stay stuck. The world is constantly changing, and those who refuse to learn get left behind. But here's the mistake most people make. They learn passively. They read books but don't take notes. They attend seminars but don't implement the lessons. They consume information but never engage with it. Real learning is active learning. It requires more than just exposure to new information. It requires engagement, questioning, and understanding. A. The importance of reading and education. Books contain decades of wisdom condensed into a few hundred pages. One book can shift your mindset, change your habits, and introduce you to powerful new ideas. A person who reads one book a month will know more than 99% of the population within a few years. A person who never reads will be limited to their own experiences, never benefiting from the wisdom of others. But learning isn't just about books. It's about being a student of life. Every person you meet, every challenge you face, and every opportunity you encounter holds a lesson if you're willing to see it. B. Learn from people who have done it. The fastest way to succeed is to learn from those who have already succeeded. If you want to be wealthy, study the habits of the rich. If you want to be healthy, learn from fitness experts. If you want to master a skill, find a mentor who has already done it. Too many people take advice from the wrong sources. They listen to broke people about money, out-of-shape people about fitness, and unsuccessful people about business. The key is to learn from those who have real results. C. Never stop learning. The world is full of people who stop learning after school. They believe education ends after college, so they never pick up another book, never take another course, and never seek new knowledge. But the most successful people in the world never stop learning. They are always curious, always seeking new information, and always looking for ways to improve. The best athletes never stop training. The best entrepreneurs never stop innovating. The best leaders never stop growing. If you want to stay ahead, you must commit to lifelong learning. 2. Apply. Knowledge without action is worthless. Learning alone won't change your life. The application of knowledge is where transformation happens. Many people read book after book, attend seminar after seminar, and listen to countless motivational speeches, but nothing in their lives changes. Why? Because they never apply what they learn. A. Take immediate action. The best time to apply what you learn is immediately. If you read a book about productivity, start using one technique right away. If you learn a new sales strategy, test it on your next call. Most people wait. They think, I'll apply this later, but later never comes. Knowledge fades if it's not used. The longer you wait to apply something, the less likely you are to ever use it. B. Small actions lead to big results. Application doesn't mean you have to make huge changes overnight. Small, consistent actions create massive transformation over time. If you learn one new vocabulary word every day, in a year, you'll know 365 new words. If you improve your sales pitch by 1% every day, in a few months, your skills will be completely transformed. If you practice a musical instrument for just 15 minutes a day, within a year, you'll be significantly better. The key is to act on what you learn, no matter how small the step. C. Execution beats perfection. Many people hesitate to apply what they learn because they want to be perfect. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions. But waiting for perfection leads to inaction. The most successful people execute first and refine later. They take action, make mistakes, learn from them, and improve over time. The truth is, you'll never have all the answers before you start. The best way to learn is through experience. 3. Reflect, the key to continuous improvement. Learning and applying are important, but without reflection, progress is limited. Many people work hard but never pause to evaluate what's working and what's not. As a result, they keep repeating the same mistakes, staying stuck in the same cycles. Reflection is what turns experience into wisdom. It allows you to see patterns, identify mistakes, and refine your approach for better results. A. Ask yourself the right questions. After every action, take time to reflect by asking yourself, what worked? Identify the strategies that gave you good results. What didn't work? Analyze the mistakes or weaknesses in your approach. What can I do differently next time? Adjust and improve based on what you've learned. Reflection is about adjusting and refining your actions so that each time you apply something, you do it better than before. B. Track your progress. One of the best ways to reflect is to keep a journal. Write down your goals, what you're learning, and the progress you're making. If you're learning a new skill, track how much you practice each day. If you're improving your fitness, write down your workouts and diet habits. If you're working on a business, document your strategies and results. Over time, you'll see patterns in your progress. You'll notice what's working and what's not. And with this insight, you can make smarter decisions. C. Reflection prevents repeating mistakes. Many people stay stuck because they make the same mistakes over and over again. They never reflect, so they never improve. Reflection allows you to break bad patterns and replace them with smarter strategies. Instead of repeating failures, you learn from them and move forward with greater clarity. The more you reflect, the faster you grow. One of the most powerful decisions you can make in life is to take full responsibility for everything that happens to you. Responsibility is the foundation of success, growth, and personal transformation. Yet most people avoid it. They blame circumstances, other people, bad luck, or the system. They make excuses for why they aren't where they want to be. They convince themselves that external forces control their destiny. But here's the truth. Until you take full responsibility for your life, you will never have full control over your future. Taking responsibility means owning your actions, choices, and results, no matter what. It means saying, I am in charge of my success, my failures, and everything in between. It means refusing to make excuses, refusing to blame others, and refusing to wait for external changes before you take action. Success begins when excuses end. If you want to change your life, it starts with taking full ownership of where you are and committing to changing what needs to be changed. 1. The problem with excuses. Excuses are the biggest roadblock to success. They keep people stuck in the same place year after year, preventing growth, improvement, and achievement. The more excuses you make, the less power you have over your own life. People make excuses for everything. I don't have enough time. I wasn't given the same opportunities as others. It's too late for me. I don't have the right connections. I don't know where to start. The economy's bad. My boss doesn't appreciate me. These excuses may sound valid, but they all have one thing in common. They shift responsibility away from the individual. They allow people to justify their lack of progress instead of taking action to change their situation. Excuses create a mindset of helplessness. When you make excuses, you give up control. You convince yourself that success is out of your hands. But the truth is, the most successful people in the world face the same challenges as everyone else. The difference? They don't make excuses. They find a way. 2, taking responsibility means taking control. When you take responsibility for your life, everything changes. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions. You stop blaming others. You stop looking for reasons why things won't work and start focusing on how to make things work. Taking responsibility means saying, if I'm not where I want to be, it's up to me to change that. If I failed, it's because of my own actions, and I can learn from it. If I don't have the skills I need, I will develop them. If I want success, I must go after it, no matter what obstacles stand in my way. When you adopt this mindset, you take back power. You become the driver of your own life instead of a passenger waiting for someone else to take the wheel. 3, stop blaming and start owning. Blame is the enemy of responsibility. It's easy to blame other people or external situations when things don't go your way, but blaming only keeps you stuck. If you blame your job for your financial struggles, you won't take action to improve your skills or find better opportunities. If you blame your upbringing for your mindset, you won't take the steps to reprogram your thinking and develop new habits. If you blame the economy for your business struggles, you won't find creative solutions to adapt and grow. Successful people don't waste time blaming. Instead, they take full ownership of their situation. If something isn't working, they ask, what can I do to change this? Even when something isn't their fault, they still take responsibility for their response. They know that while they may not control everything that happens, they always control how they react. 4. Excuses versus solutions, the mindset shift. There are two types of people in the world, those who make excuses and those who find solutions. Excuse makers focus on the problem. They dwell on what's wrong, why things are difficult, and why they can't succeed. They talk about obstacles as if they are permanent and unchangeable. Solution seekers, on the other hand, focus on action. Instead of saying, I don't have time, they ask, how can I make time? Instead of saying, I don't know how, they say, where can I learn? Instead of saying, I don't have the right resources, they ask, how can I be resourceful? Success isn't about having the perfect conditions. It's about making the best of what you have. The most successful people didn't start with ideal circumstances. They started where they were, took responsibility, and found solutions. 5. The power of self-discipline. Taking responsibility also requires self-discipline. When you stop making excuses, you have to hold yourself accountable. You can no longer rely on external factors to dictate your progress. Self-discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Sticking to your goals, even when challenges arise. Taking action, regardless of motivation or external validation. Holding yourself accountable without needing someone else to push you. Most people fail because they only take action when they feel motivated. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Responsibility means committing to action whether you feel like it or not. When you develop self-discipline, you eliminate excuses. You no longer wait for the right time or the perfect conditions. You take action daily, knowing that small, consistent efforts lead to big results over time. 6. No one is coming to save you. One of the hardest but most important truths to accept is that no one is coming to save you. No one is going to magically hand you success. No one is going to do the work for you. No one is going to force you to take action. If you want something, you have to go after it yourself. Too many people wait for outside forces to change their lives. They wait for a lucky break, a perfect opportunity, or someone else to fix their problems. But waiting leads to nothing. The only way forward is to take full responsibility and make things happen yourself. When you embrace this mindset, you stop waiting and start doing. You stop expecting others to create opportunities for you and start creating them yourself. You stop making excuses and start taking action. And once you take full responsibility for your life, you realize something powerful. There are no limits except the ones you create.